Isaac Hernandez.
And I'm Holly McClure.
And this is Faith on Film, a program designed to keep you informed on what's happening in the world of faith and family entertainment. Holly, have you heard about what happened at the Grammys recently?
I did hear a little bit about that and the stir that it caused. It's been going on for a while. Now they're just being blatant about it.
They are. I mean, we're talking about major network television, and they did a song literally worshiping and promoting Satan.
Absolutely. Wow. And there was a lot of backlash from it too, as well.
You know what? I think people are getting tired now of this, and this is actually good, I think, for us Christians, because number one, it's mobilizing us, or at least I hope it is. It's mobilizing us to say, you know what, we can't be silent anymore. Right. And the other thing is that it's getting Christians to say, you know what, I'm done with this. I just can't do this. I mean, from what I hear, the ratings were just horribly low for the Grammys.
Anyway. Anyway, and then for most of the award shows lately, it has been like that. It has been. But I think it's now there was a Satanist course that wants to get into high school that has a Satan club after school, just like they have Christian clubs, and they're trying to get kids and promote it into that. We're seeing it across the board in our culture, and it's coming on strong, which makes you feel like we're in the end times, doesn't it, Isaac?
Yes, we are. And you know what? That is the perfect segue because our guests today have just finished their second movie, and both of them are post-apocalyptic movies, and so it's just very interesting what's happening here. Let me just give you a quick introduction. Duane McCoy is a producer and director who, along with his wife, producer Antoinette, are known for their movies New World Order, The End Has Come. I just can't believe how God just orchestrates this. And the current one now, the one that's just about to be released, New World Order, Dark Prince. Let's welcome the McCoys. How you guys doing?
We're doing great.
Hi.
Thanks for having us.
Well, what did you guys think of the Grammys? What did you think of that whole Satan song? I mean, what's your impression of that?
It just makes me sick to my stomach. But at the same time, this is where it's at now, you know. And like you said, it's been going on already for a good while. Yeah. It's just because of the recent turn of events over the last 5 years or so, they just had more of a platform for it. And but it's just in reality the truth. What's really going on under the cover, and it does point to me that how soon the Lord is to come. That's what I think about when I see that, and it's on national TV, and it's no kind of censorship when it comes to this kind of thing. Right. And it's so freely doing it like nothing. Oh yeah, that makes me look up, for the Lord.
Yeah.
Have you guys heard about the world clock? Right, the world clock, and they depict how close it is to the strike of 12 for how much danger America's in. I mean, if you've heard of this or not, but I mean it's kind of out there. You can Google it. But they just said on Fox News that yesterday the prediction is that we're 90 seconds to the world, to America, and with the world coming to an end, obliterated. Their gauge is nuclear weapons, war, what's going with China, what's going on with Russia. That's their gauge. But of course, God's gauge is a little different. But I just thought that was interesting. It's even the world is feeling the pains and the ache.
Oh yeah. It's definitely a sign of the time. Yeah. That we are really getting close to the Lord's return to receive His church, and then after that, the setup for the Antichrist to come on the scene. You know what I mean? There is going to be a World War III, of course, but I know it's not going to be nuclear because, of course, if it's nuclear, then there'll be nothing left. But this with China going on with Vladimir Putin and all that stuff, this is all
Bible
coming to a head. It's going to come to a head where sometime after the church is gone, it's definitely going to be a world war conflict, and then the Antichrist is going to come on the scene. Yeah.
Now, I do want to mention, by the way, that besides being filmmakers, you guys are actually pastors. You pastor Rose of Sharon World Evangelistic Church in Avondale, Texas. Is that correct?
Yes.
Arizona.
Yes.
Avondale, Arizona. Yes.
Okay, but were you pastors before you became filmmakers, or were you filmmakers and then became pastors?
We were pastors before.
Yeah.
We became.
Okay.
Yeah, we've been pastors for 25 years now.
Yeah.
Oh wow. So what compelled you to become filmmakers and start producing films?
Well, it's just something that when I was engaged to my wife in '97, I told my wife that this is what we're going to have. We're going to have a film company. We're going to do all this kind of crazy stuff. You know what I mean? This stuff that the Lord has put in my heart, you know, from a child, you know what I mean? And she, at first, thought it was, you know, funny. She never told me she didn't believe, but then the Lord confirmed it with a prophecy, and ever since then, she's been on board. But, you know, we segue into making the film as a result of a dream that the Lord gave me about the end times, because he called me, you know, to minister on the end times. So I spent a lot of time, you know, teaching on that. You know, a lot of my teachers are on that. So so when the Lord moved us to do our first film back in 2009, it was you know, a film we were going to end up doing a short film. We knew that the end time was the subject. So we just knew that by the Spirit, we need to make a film about the end times, you know, because there's so much misinformation out there concerning the end times, you know, and so we just went forward with that, you know, and that's how we got into it.
Yeah.
Okay. So your first film was New World Order, The End Has Come, right?
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about that film and how people can see that one? Because I think they need to see that one perhaps before they see the new one coming out.
Yeah, it would definitely be good.
Well, yeah, that'll be good. Well, New World Order, The End Has Come is about two young ladies who was pretty much left behind. You know, they was just living, straddling the fence, for lack of better words, you know? Okay. 1 foot in the church, 1 foot out the church. So they was left behind, and now they was forced to make a decision to either take the mark of the beast or die for the testimony of Jesus Christ. Wow. So that's pretty much what the first film is about. And people can watch that on Amazon. You can watch it on Tubi, Amazon, online, YouTube. It's on BMG website, on YouTube. But it's on, like I say, a lot of platforms, Tubi, Amazon, a bunch of other ones. I don't even know the distribution company got it.
But they can find them.
They're just out there. Just Google it, and it'll come right up.
Oh, yeah.
Holly, you got both feet on the right side?
What was your response to that first film? Did you get feedback from it?
Yes, yes. We got a lot of powerful testimonies, even testimonies of members in churches actually sharing the movie with their pastors, and how the pastors watched the film and really enjoyed it so much that they actually kind of, you know, tweaked their preaching, you know, from the film. So it was such an impact on them that it just changed the way that they began to deliver the word. They focused now more on the death, burial, resurrection of Jesus Christ, the gospel, you know.
You know what, I noticed that, and I've heard from other guests that have come on to talk about, so the subject is that churches just aren't talking about hell. They're not talking about end times. They're not talking about being caught up in a way. They're not talking about anything really in Revelation. They're just not going there. And I don't know if pastors are afraid to. They're wanting to keep it seeker friendly, but it does a disservice to the congregation, because when they see films like yours, you know, they're like, well, wait a minute. These are raising great questions and points we've never heard preached before.
Right.
Yes, ma'am.
Right.
You hit the nail on the head. It's a little bit of both, fear, lack of understanding, and keep it seeker friendly, because wanting to, you know, just make it comfortable, you know, for people, because this is a very uncomfortable subject, and no one wants to talk about the end of the world. You know what I mean? But it's sad because it's going to happen. You know, anyway. It's like, you know. This is something we need to learn about, and it's not something that we need to be afraid of, because if you walk with the Lord, you're not going to be here.
Exactly. Christians don't have to be worried about it, because Christians, you know, it's going to be a breeze for us.
And we get that a lot. That people, like, when they hear the title of the movie, they're like, "Oh, that's scary!" Like, you know. So that right there kind of just show us that a lot of people are just not ready. They're not ready for the catching away, you know, and it's very sad, you know. So we are really reaching out. We are really trying to reach as many people as possible, you know, and share, you know, what the film really is about, you know, and it's nothing to be afraid of. If you are saved, you know, you're not going to be here, you know, so Yeah.
Well, it's good to know and to see what things will be like if you don't make it. So it's good. Hopefully that'll make people think, oh, wait a minute, I think I really need to make sure that I go because I don't like what I see there for the ones that stay.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Amen.
Now, the second film, what's the title of it that you guys have coming out?
It's called New World Order Dark Prince.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what's the difference of this one and the first one?
Oh, man. The difference is the production value. I mean, it's way better. From the production is better, everything's better, the acting, total, just way better. But it's a slight different story, as far as like the characters, But in this one, we actually focus on the Antichrist, and we actually show the Antichrist, in this movie, and it's gonna give you, we follow his life a little bit and how he becomes the Antichrist, and you got the hero and his situation, and how his arc and all that from, he transitioned his situation with God, and how he's not happy about, things that happen in his life, right? Upset with the Lord, what I'm saying, that is up, being left behind, and the next, he's in this position. At the end, of course, he finds the Lord, but it's a good.
But we go a little more deeper into his life after the rapture. We didn't go deep into the life of the young ladies in the first movie.
Oh yeah, no.
About how they lived, what was going on when they was left behind. So we definitely show more of that.
Well,
with him leading.
This script is better. You know what I mean? So just learning, evolving, and graduating, and become better writing. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so all that is knowledge is being used to keep the the story moving at good pace, and it has a meaning to it, and everything comes together. And, it's definitely going to be an entertaining film.
Well, tell you what. Let's take a look at the trailer, and then when we come back, you can tell us a little bit more about what we just saw there in the trailer. All right?
Dad, why don't we just go to a supermarket?
I can't afford it. Pack of chicken costs $500.
Why? That's ridiculous. Why are they doing this?
What can we expect?
The worst.
Great. First COVID, now this.
You have been gathered here to be given an opportunity to become legal citizens of our Supreme Lord's empire.
One day I was sitting and listening to my father's lecture. And I found myself gazing intently at this very post. And it spoke to me.
There is more to your existence than you know.
Yeah, I heard we can get some food from the government here.
You're going to have to go to your nearest marking facility, get branded, and then come back.
I thought that was optional.
Oh no, it's mandatory now.
So, tell us about this wonderful system you've created and what these numbers mean.
They represent the essence of our king's name.
Sandwich, please. Doesn't matter what.
Can I see your hands, please?
Are you afraid?
Terrified.
Oh, yeah, you king.
Wow.
All righty.
Yeah, who wrote the script for this?
I wrote the script. My wife co-wrote with me.
So you both co-wrote it?
No, I'm the main writer. My wife co-wrote with me.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And I didn't recognize any of the stars or talent. However, that doesn't mean, are any of them on other movies or stage or screen? Did you use people you know? Who's the talent?
The guy, our lead actor, his name is John Bedell. He's a Lifetime known with Lifetime. You'll see him a lot in Lifetime films and TV. His career has been TV, oriented and film, but showing up in like Marvel films, and he was in Nasty Drew. He had a big role in that in 2019. So he's starting to pop up. You'll see him here and there, but more of television and not on the Christian. But he's not a Christian actor,
right?
He doesn't do fake big films, right. But he's a secular guy. Yeah. But we met him back in 2013, I think. Yeah.
I did recognize a few of the Christian actors. That African American lady that said, "I'm terrified." I've seen her in lots of Christian movies. And then that general looking guy, the older guy.
Gary.
Yes, Gary. I know him well. I've had him on the show. So yeah, it's great that you brought some of those folks in as well.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we wanted, of course. We definitely wanted to have faith-based people, Christians, believers in the film. You know what I mean? Yeah. So the Lord bless us to have Gary and to run, and what I mean, and and we plan on, Lord willing, to work with, more and more Christian talent as well. Yeah.
We have another young lady, Vanessa. I forget Vanessa's last name, but Vanessa, she's in the Christian community too. She's in the film as well.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah. She's on the platform. She's just not in the trailer.
That's great. Now, when did you film this?
Wow, we started filming this movie in 2017.
Okay.
We wrote the script 2016, but remember, Isaac, you came to the film festival.
Oh yeah.
So we did the film festival in Philadelphia in 2016, and that's when the Lord specifically gave us when to start filming the movie, which was the next year, which was 2017, July 2017. The Lord said we would start filming then, and we actually did. We actually wound up start filming the film in July 2017.
Here's the reason I'm asking is you talked about the price of, was it chickens or something? Chickens. And I just thought, okay, the price of eggs had not gone up yet when you filmed this. So there was definitely a prophetic element there. And I think if people would realize that really what we're going through right now, we should already know about it because it's been written about in the Bible for a long time, hasn't it?
Yes, sir. Yep, it's definitely. We stayed true to the word. Wrote a story about a character, but when it comes out to that word, we were very careful to stay to the word and just use the word as a guide. So it talks about the Book of Revelation. When one of the woes that take place, the famine, and how that a barley of wheat for a penny, and something a measure of wheat for a penny, or something like that. But I looked up, I researched what a penny was. Back in that day, a penny denarius was basically equivalent to a week's wages. You know what I mean? So you figure, if some food would cost a week's wages, the average, wage of about $500, $600. You're looking at a pack of chicken can easily come to be, as much as $500 for a pack of chicken. You know what I mean? And then it turned around and happened, with inflation and all that stuff going on. You know what I mean? So,
I actually went to a store. I'm not going to say the name, but I actually went to a store and they had a pack of crab legs. It was $500.
What?
99. Yes. I was so floored. I had to take a picture of that. It was $4.99 for like a pack like this.
Yeah.
It was $4.99. Blew me away.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I mean, now, when you made that, then this movie, really none of the prices were up like that. Nothing was going on like this. Now, and just recently, it's just all turned around. And that's the big topic on everyone's mind now is inflation and the cost of groceries and food. And, it's starting to affect everyone, not only just the people, but the retailers, the restaurant owners, store owners. I mean, everyone now is feeling the hurt.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're definitely. They say that we're definitely going to end up in the recession. That's kind of like what a lot of people believe. I think I heard polls say 70% of the Americans believe that we're headed into a recession pretty much this year.
So how are you getting this movie out? Like how are you getting, who's distributing it, and how will people find out about it, other than our show, of course? But I mean, I'm just saying, because it's being released in May, right?
Yes. In May, what we're going to do is, because we put the trailer out a while back, but what we're going to do, God is leading us to start our own platform. We're familiar with distribution, and so we've been with distribution for 10 years now, and we're still today not in a position to produce more films. So what we were led to do was start our own platform, Legend Plus. So there you will be able to pay-per-view, watch, our film at Legend Plus. We're going to distribute it that way. We also are set up with Amazon Prime, so we're going to put it on Amazon Prime ourselves as well. And we're doing a short film theatrical release for a couple months. And we're pretty much going to just distribute it ourselves. And we're just going to patiently wait and believe God for the revenues to come in, so we can continue on, because this film is a saga. This is just not a one, hit quitter for us. It's a saga. It's a 4-part saga. So we want to be able to really thoroughly break down the book of Revelation. So it's going to take us 4 films to do it in total.
Right. What's nice is that nowadays you technically don't have to have a quote unquote distributor. You can do it yourself. I mean, you could, like you said, you set up your own platform. It isn't like the old days where a distributor had to put it out into the bookstores and all that. Now you can pretty much do it yourself. What you do need, of course, is the marketing, so people will know how to get it.
Right.
Exactly. We have a publicist that is now working on the film and putting us, before certain individuals, so that's the plan. We're going to put because we're self-financed, once we are done with the film, we're say 95% done the CGI, we're in post-production. So once we are done with that, then we can focus more on the marketing side, and Lord willing, you never know who may come and want to, get on board and help us with the marketing, as well as partner with us for the next film.
Well, like Holly said, that's what Faith on Film is here for.
Amen.
And other outlets, in doing these kind of films, and you have Christians and non-Christians working on it as well. Were there any interesting stories or, from the set of filming, and maybe not funny, but interesting, like even spiritually interesting, how they interpreted the script or what they thought, or any stories that happened from there?
Well, I can definitely say that people, like the non-believers, they were intrigued by the story, and a lot of conversation took place about the Bible. You could tell when someone is open, trying to be open-minded, like they had no knowledge of it, but they're open to the truth.
Yeah.
And, so it's a lot of positive, conversation that surrounded the making of this film, even with unbelievers. You didn't get the impression of, a hate for God and disdain for the scripture, more of a curiosity, to perhaps, wow, this is interesting, kind of thing. And then the way that the set was run, we had many people testify that it was like working on a really big set, professional set, or like a Hollywood set, and they were amazed at the love, the love, and how myself, and my wife, how we handle people, even extras. How we handled the extras. Everyone was made to feel welcome and important. So God got a lot of glory out of the.
And we was able to witness to a lot of people. So a lot of seeds was planted I remember one camera guy told us, he was like, my God, like, is this really what the Bible is saying? Like, he's like, I gotta go read my Bible.
Oh, wow.
That's what I wondered, if they thought that. You know what I mean? Especially, didn't realize that part was in the Bible, you know?
Yeah.
Real quick question. You said Legend Plus. Why did you spell legend differently? Because people may go Legend.
Well, we wanted Legend, but that was taken.
Yeah.
So we had to find another way.
It was already taken.
Oh, that's funny.
And we wanted to glorify God in our name, you know? And so we know God is legend, you know? He's legend.
Right.
You know, what better name to call the company Legend? And so when we realized Legend with the END was taken, we was like, just swap out the E and put I.
That's funny. That's exactly what happened to Faith on Film, because originally my thought was Faith in Film, but that was taken. So I thought, okay, Faith on Film, that'll work. Which by the way, we're pretty much running out of time, and I just want to remind people that they can write us at Faith on Film, not Faith in Film, Faith on Film. They can write us at faithonfilmtv@gmail.com. That's faithonfilmtv@gmail.com, and you can always follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Faith on Film. And you can go to our YouTube channel and watch not only this show, but many other shows that we have on there simply by going to youtube.com/@FaithOnFilmTV.
And where can they get in touch with the McCoys?
Yes.
Where can they get in touch with you?
Well, they can reach us at contact@legendplus.com. And that's Legend, Legind.
We will remember that.
Yes, we will.
You know, they can reach us on Facebook as well. We're on all the social media platforms day in and day out. So they can always, they can also DM me on Facebook. I reach back out to everyone. I never leave anyone hanging. So you can reach out to us, Antoinette, Duane, McCoy on Facebook, and we will reach back out to you.
Fantastic. And Holly, guess what?
What?
They said they would like to carry our show Faith on Film on their platform.
Yay! I love hearing that. Thank you, guys. That's exciting.
We keep adding more and more.
Thank you. We appreciate that, and we want to always help self-promote what we're doing, but also promote what others are doing. Yes. So, we wish you blessings. Let us know again when you're getting ready to release the movie, so we can announce it again on our show and kind of get the word out there, and on our social media as well.
Yes.
And we're coming to Texas, guys. We're doing a screening in Texas as well, in Dallas on May 12th.
Well, we have to go to that screening. We have to be on the red carpet. There you go.
Yes.
I'm closer to Houston, but okay, no, that's fine. I'll try.
That's okay. I can come to Dallas Fort Worth.
You can make a day. Out of it.
We will. Yeah. Well, thank you again for joining us today. Yeah, thank you for taking some time to be with us. All right, folks, we'll see you again next week.